Father, we thank you for this day. We praise your name for the beautiful weather that you bless us with. We ask you to bless our servicemen, and Lord, bless those that are the police officers and the firefighters here that take care of us every day. And we ask you, Lord, to guide us through this meeting. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Counselor. Roll call.
Yes, sir. Bill Anglin.
Aye.
Keith Austin.
Here.
Harley Buzzard.
Here.
Joe Byrd.
Aye.
Sean Crittenden. Mike Dobbins.
Here.
Frankie Hargis.
Present.
Wanda Hatfield. Rex Jordan. Dick Lay. Mike Shambaugh. Mary Bakershaw. E.O. Smith. Janice Taylor. Victoria Vasquez. David Walkingstick. Brian Warner. We have a quorum.
At this time, I entertain approval of the minutes.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it. This time we'll drop down to the State of the Nation by Principal Chief, Mr. Bill John Baker.
OCO, and welcome to the July Council meeting. We dedicated the Cherokee Nation Peace Pavilion in downtown Tahlequah. It's a replica of the one our ancestors built when they first came to Indian Territory after the removal. We've hosted the it was John Ross hosted the 1843 International Tribal meeting, and the new pavilion is now 4,600 square feet and it can accommodate up to 1,000 people. It's a beautiful space where we hosted the 2018 Remember the Removal Riders at a special event celebrating the young people and the men or riders who completed the 950-mile ride from New Echota to Tahlequah, and it was a good event, and we were really proud of those young people. Also hosted the quarterly Tri-Council meeting with the Eastern Band and the United Katua Band, and God really blessed us with a good roof and rain so that it was a air-conditioned event outside for all three tribes. The three federally recognized tribes will be meeting next weekend, or this coming weekend, at New Echota for the 180th homecoming of the last time that the Cherokees met at their capital there at New Echota. So I will be traveling there to with the other chiefs to make that celebration of the last time that we were there. Although I won't be able to attend because I'm being in Georgia, the Intertribal Council meeting of the 5 tribes will be Thursday and Friday at the River Spirit Casino in Tulsa, and the delegation will be led by Deputy Chief S. Joe Crittenden. On June 29th, we had another successful Employees Appreciation Day at One Fire Field. I believe it's the biggest and best ever, and everybody certainly seemed to have a good time, and good food and good fellowship and good door prizes, and a lot of really great employees were recognized as their department's Employees of the Year. And finally, our Labor Day weekend plans are coming to place, and believe that we'll have one of the absolute best Cherokee national holidays ever. So make plans to come early and stay late, and invite your family and friends for that celebration. got a pretty long list of those Cherokees that were with us last month that are not with us this month. And if you'll bear with me, I'll go through those names and open it up for any others that we hadn't been informed about, and have a moment of silence. Derek Antwine of Tahlequah, Carla Cartwright of Pryor, Larry Chukalate of Stillwell, Leonard Deckard of Tahlequah, Deborah DeGaffin-Reed of Chakota, Robert Dick of Bartlesville, Stephen Ellison of Miami, Charles Fargo of Salisaw, Robert Fletcher of Stillwell, Susan Frazier of Salisaw, Amelia Garcia of Stillwell, Allie Gardner of Collinsville, Patricia Garrison of Sperry, Wilma Hammond of Collinsville, Kendall Harrington of Pryor, Diane Hastings Glass of Tahlequah, Lucretia Jeffries of Jay, Lonnie Lynn of Grove, Teresa Nofire of Stillwell, Mary Plost of Tahlequah, Sequoia Reese of Tulsa, Michael Rogers of Grove, Bobby Ross of Stillwell, Virgil Ross of Choctaw, Ray Cisco of Claremore, John Lee Smith of Tahlequah, Lyric Snell of Tahlequah, Kevin Taylor of Stillwell, Barbara Thornburg of Salisaw, Joshua Turner of Miami, Tommy Watkins of Claremore, Jerry Webster of Tahlequah, Annie Wildcat, Tommy Wildcat's mother of Tahlequah, Jean Ketcher of Stillwell, Bill Collins of Stillwell, former employee of Career Services here at the Tribe, Lucille Anawake Fleming from Washington, D.C., originally from Veneta, and the mother of our former registrar, Lee Fleming. Are there others?
Jewel Millsap of Rocky Mountain.
My cousin, Richard Mitchell, Tulsa.
Don Rayleigh, Ramona.
Mike Rhodes, Muldrow.
If we could have a moment of silence, please. Well done.
Is that it, Chief? Okay, now we have our Cherokee Warrior Veterans Awards here. Deputy Principal Chief Joe S. Critton.
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Council, staff, guests, tonight we have one veteran to honor. I got to let you know that we had 3 selected, but this early council meeting tonight caused us a little issue with letting people know. We'll make amends next council meeting. Our veteran tonight was close enough when he got a call. He said, I'm going to try to get there. So he did that. So he bailed us out. And so if he's from District 8 and 7, he's going to claim both of them. So if Frankie and Sean would come down and help with this presentation, we'd appreciate it. Our one veteran tonight that we're going to honor is Larry D. Snyder. Larry, would you come forward, sir? Mr. Snyder volunteered for the draft in February of 1966 at the age of 18. He was sent to Fort Bliss, Texas for basic training. He was transferred to advanced infantry training at Tigerland, Fort Polk, Louisiana. He was deployed to Vietnam in 1966. While there, he served as ammo barrier for M60 gunners for 3 months while packing an M60. Mr. Snyder, how much did that gun weigh?
29 pounds.
29 pounds, all right. That's a load when you're going through the jungle. Himself and becoming a squad leader 6 months into the year. While stationed at Drang Valley, Vietnam, Mr. Snyder was wounded by shrapnel in less than a month after becoming a squad leader. He spent a month at a base hospital before returning to the field. He then was transferred to Lihong Prong Forest at Phan Thiet, is that it? Phan Yet, okay. Thank you, sir. Vietnam. While on patrol, he was wounded a second time and was hospitalized for a month. Mr. Snyder was transferred back to the States in '67 and became a land navigation instructor at Fort Polk, Louisiana, until he was honorably discharged in 1968. His decorations, medals, and awards: Vietnam Service Medal, Vietnam Campaign Medal with Device, Air Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Sharpshooter M16 and M14 rifle, Expert Marksman with M60 machine gun, 2 Purple Hearts, and one oak leaf cluster. And Mr. Snyder, on behalf of a grateful nation, thank you, sir, for your service to this country. These from my community, they're pretty close. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it. Thank you for your service. Where's the plaque? Oh.
That's right.
There we go.
And would you like to get your wife?
I would. 52 years.
Oh, wow.
And would you like to say anything, sir?
Just proud to be an American Indian.
Where now? You were in Korea or Japan?
I never made it to Korea.
Okay.
I made it to a couple spots in Japan, but of course we weren't fighting there when I was there. So.
Yeah, well, I could tell because you couldn't pronounce some of those Vietnamese words. I said, well, Deputy's Konnichiwa. He was in Japan.
Yeah, I'm probably better at that language.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deputy. All righty. Unfinished business, committee reports, Cherokee Nation business, Mr. Sean Slayton. Sean, are you here?
I am.
Okay. I better put on my glasses.
Good evening. Be reporting on April financially. As I've said a couple of weeks ago at ENF and probably the council meeting before, it's been a strong spring for our businesses. My hat's off to our employees and their hard work, exceeding budget and setting records, and appreciate everything that they're doing. The contribution to the nation beyond the dividend, we paid $328,000 this past month in tax collections to the nation. A couple items of interest on our projects that we have ongoing. Hard Rock is undergoing a renovation. We tore the sprung down. We're rebuilding that. But in addition to that, we're going to give it an exterior facelift. That property is, well, the original was probably in 04, 05. The colors are kind of tired, and so we're working with the architect to kind of continue around the property the same theme that's being developed on the new development there. So we're excited about that. We think it'll be very complementary to what we've been doing, but yet it'll be different, newer, and fresher. So we're anxious to get that done. If you've been by Tahlequah Plaza, you notice that we've started construction on the new casino. It's my pleasure tonight to announce that May 15th of next year, 16th and 17th, that we will be sponsoring a fishing, Bassmaster fishing tournament on Lake Fort Gibson. And the weigh-ins will be held Friday and Saturday and Sunday, actually Thursday, Friday at Taylor Ferry North on Lake Fort Gibson, and then on Saturday and Sunday they'll be held there in the plaza in front of the casino. So we're excited about that and looking forward for that to be kind of a kickoff event. We're hoping to be in there by late March or early April, but certainly we'll be excited to host that. In addition to that, I believe at the end of this week, weather permitting, we'll be breaking ground there on the retail outlet that we're building. And our first customer there, if you will, our client, Nuke's, the restaurant, has provided their architect drawings, and we will be featuring them in the front part of that. And that's going to be a really nice little plaza, and we've had a lot of interest in that and look forward to that progressing. On the business diversified business side, Cherokee Nation Management and Consulting secured 2 indefinite delivery contracts for the Army. One's a $10 million 4-year contract with the Department of Defense, and the second is with the Office of Assistant Secretary of the Army for Installations, Energy, and Environment. It's a $15 million 3-year contract that provides skilled team analysts and specialists to support special focus areas such as environment, safety, occupational health, strategic integration, installations, housing, and partnerships. Our tourism department continues to host storytelling events on Wednesdays in July there at the courthouse, and my grandkids went there a couple of weeks ago and really enjoyed it, and they toured the museums. And if people are looking for something to do, that's a fine place to show off what we're doing for the nation. A new exhibit at the Cherokee Nation Prison Museum explores the period of time when the building served as Cherokee County Jail by sharing stories of both lawmen and lawbreakers. The Cherokee Prison Post-Statehood exhibit runs July 13th through January 31st. The Cherokee Nation Prison was the only penitentiary building in Indian Territory from 1875 to 1901. It housed sentenced and accused prisoners from throughout the territory. The interpretive site museum gives visitors an idea how law and order operated in the territory. It features a working blacksmith area, restricted gallows, exhibits about famous prisoners and daring escapes, local outlaws and Cherokee patriots, jail cells, and much more. It's open Tuesday to Saturday, 10 to 4. Currently, we have 6,922 employees, 4,500 CNB employees that we can practice a preference with. Our Cherokee percentage of that group is 73.2, other Native American at 6.9, for a total of 80.1 of the employees that we can practice a preference on. That concludes my report, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for our CEO at this time? Yes, question?
Hey, Sean, on the execution of Department AAs, the 2 Army contracts, where are they going to be executed at as far as employment-wise?
The back of house jobs that support that are here in 14 counties, and I don't know, of course, where where the Army is.
I'm just curious what areas can provide jobs for those 2 contracts. If you could you look into that, or?
Well, they provide jobs here in the 14 counties that support it. The actual implementation of those contracts are wherever the Army bases might be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another comment is on the Wood Park building.
Yes, sir.
What are we using that for right now?
Currently, it's records retention. It has been leased in the past. I think that lease is up or was terminated. So at this time, I think the majority of it's empty.
Okay. The reason I ask is I went to a National Treasures event over the weekend, and a lot of those National Treasures was talking about their space was very limited where they were working at and teaching in classes. And I was really thinking really hard on the facility we could use as far as give them a place to teach their arts and keep those traditions alive. And the first building I thought about was the Wood Park building, and maybe getting a wall in there, but I just want to know if it's being utilized or not. So, maybe something we'll have to visit with and folks and see if we can get that space in there if you guys aren't going to be using it.
Well, sure, we'll entertain that. The hope and desire and
Sure.
effort is to get that leased.
Yeah, make some money off
Right.
it. Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, good report, Sean. Thank you very much.
Given the quick turnaround tomorrow, I have a doctor's appointment, and Chuck Garrett would normally stand in for me, and he's in D.C. With Stephen Bilby this week. So if it's okay with the council, I'd like to just submit the reports that we normally do to ENF, and if there's a question, just give me a call or an email or a text.
Okay, I think that's okay. I want to thank you and your staff for all the setup that you did for the sovereignty play that took place a couple weeks ago.
You're welcome.
Your staff was outstanding, from the PR work to all accommodations of the 3 tribes that were there in Tri-Council. I want to give you guys some heads up. You guys really know what you're doing there.
Thank you. Our staff and employees really work hard to do that. Donnie and Marie were there last night, and they had a great time too. So,
Yeah.
thank you.
Did you go?
My mother did.
Okay, all right. Okay. All right. Old business, none. New business, Counselor Smith, will you take that?
Resolution authorizing submission of tropical soil climate analysis network, PSCA James Weather Station. Put that in form of a motion.
Okay. Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it. Rules, out of Rules Committee, Counselor Jordan, you want to take that?
This is a resolution confirming the reappointment of Tanya Rozelle as a board member of the Cherokee Nation Foundation. I put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, ayes have it. Counselor Jordan, take the next one again.
This is a resolution confirming the reappointment of Patsy Ann Nick Smith as a board member of the Cherokee Nation Foundation. I put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it. Counselor Hargis, you want to take the next one?
This is a resolution confirming the reappointment of Blake Fletcher as a Commissioner of the Cherokee Nation Environmental Protection Commission. I move for its approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Mr. Fletcher is.
Mr. Fletcher, you are here. Okay. You want to come to the speaker here? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. You got anything you want to say?
I'm very privileged and honored to have this position, and I look forward to completing another term with the Environmental Commission. I really appreciate your all's support.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Counselor Warner, you want to take the one out of ENF?
Yes, sir. This is a resolution authorizing the submission of a special grant application for an economic development feasibility study in FY19, and I move for its approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Counselor Taylor, you want to take the next one?
I do. It's an act amending Legislative Act 2517, authorizing the comprehensive capital budget for fiscal year 2018, Mod 5, and declaring an emergency, and I put that in the form of a motion.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Counselor Austin, you want to take the next one?
Certainly. This is an act amending Legislative Act 26-17, authorizing the comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2018, Mod 10, and declaring an emergency. And I move for its approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. I need a motion to amend the agenda.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to include 2 resolutions out of Community Service Committee as number 8 and 9.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. The agenda is amended. Counselor Buzzer, you want to take resolution number 8?
Yes, a resolution adopting revisions to the 2018 Indian Housing Plan. I put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. Number 9, Counselor Vasquez, you want to take that one?
Sure. A resolution approving and authorizing the submission of the fiscal year 2019 Indian Housing Plan to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Move for its approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, ayes have it. I think that concludes our agenda. Announcements to my right. Anybody here?
Here.
Yeah, Counselor Shambaugh.
I'd like to congratulate the Fighting Peacocks out of Jay, Oklahoma. They won the national championship game in Seattle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fighting Peacocks, yeah. Anybody else to the left here? Yeah, Counselor Taylor.
I have one. Matt Monroe, Cherokee boy from Locust Grove, has been chosen to be on Team USA archery team, and he will be competing in Canada for national recognition for archery, and he is taking Cherokee seal pins to trade with the other people that are there. So Cherokee Nation's going with him.
Mm-hmm. Counselor Hatfield.
I'd like to congratulate my cousin Christian Smith, who's a student at Sequoia High School. He will be attending Columbia University. He's in the theater and the arts, and I think it's a 10-day program. But anyway, I'm very proud of him. Thank you.
Anybody else? Council members, just like to commend you for a long day and taking care of business of the Cherokee people. Got one person I'd like to introduce, just a very devout tribal member like the rest of you, but Carolyn Waterfallen sits back there and she attends events and comes to council meetings. She just goes and goes and goes. She's like the energy rabbit there. So Carolyn, thanks for coming to our meeting here. And tell Toxie she missed out. She should have been here. Okay. All right, folks, I need a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn. Thank you, people, for your patience and being with us tonight. Motion to adjourn.